Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jeff with Gamestork back at you today with tons of news. Awesome stuff, man. We got new games coming to the Nintendo Switch. We've got information on games that we already know about, and we're going to talk just a little bit today about the nominees that I believe should be in the Game of the Year conversation.
Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby.
So first off today, I think I would be doing a disservice if I didn't tell you guys about this really great deal that Best Buy has right now. They have a 400 gigabyte mini SD card, which is a SanDisk Ultra, on sale down from $399 to $249. That's an excellent price for a 400 gig card, and it's totally worth it. This thing will last a long time with specifically Nintendo games and indie games being the sizes that they are. Currently, I have a 200 in mind right now, and I would love to have this 400 in there. And I know what some of you are thinking. You're like, okay, yeah, but it's $249. That's a lot of money, $249. But really, to be able to have that storage space is not too bad. If they were to build that into the system itself would ultimately cost a lot more and would probably make up ground for, what they did. Nintendo was wise in giving us the option to just plug in whatever amount of storage that we want, because it doesn't force a $100 to $200 price point, higher price point on us for the console itself. Because that console, first of all, is powerful, it does a lot, and it is really good tech for a really low price. So this is a good price, a good expansion. If you're interested, head over to bestbuy.com and grab this SD card, man, for $249. Next up, there's this new game coming. I'm really interested to see more of this. And oddly enough, this game it's extremely neat, but it's of a type of game that I wouldn't usually care for. And the name of it is Sleep Tight. We Are Fuzzy announced this, and it's an arcade-style twin-stick shooter, top down, and it's almost like a tower defense game, except this game gives you the option to completely customize this kid's bedroom during the day. I mean, you can do whatever you want to with it, and then at night you have to defend the bedroom from monsters and also continue upgrading your defenses, weapons, and things like that. Now, the interesting thing is that Sleep Tight comes from a team including a man by the name of Max Berman, who contributed to the opening Westworld credits. He worked on the Game of Thrones, he worked Far Cry 5, Iron Man 3, this man worked with the people who made Zootopia, Far Cry. I mean, he's been everywhere. So he's a really well-known artist, and it's really exciting to see that he's brought in some really good people in order to make this game happen, and it looks really good. For some reason, this being a tower defense style game, you would think that it would not interest me in the least, but it does for some reason. For some reason, it just works for me. Okay, so it's really interesting. You could go check it out for yourself. I mean, I know just recently IGN did it was like an 8-minute demo of it, which looked really cool. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I can't wait to get my hands on and play it just to try it out for myself. But yeah, it's going to be pretty good. Now, the eShop, just really quick, I want to tell you this too. There's now a section for games with demos, so that's pretty cool. You'll see a section that says games with demos under the search bar. All you gotta do is click there, and you'll see it. This is something I think is neat. It seems like demos are on the way back with the Nintendo Switch, and I really like that, because in order to purchase a game, sometimes you need that little bit of an extra boost, and I think it's fantastic that they give us demos and things like that we need. I'm really excited about this game called Portal Knights. I don't know if you guys know about this yet. It's already out on the consoles. But here's the cool thing about it that they just posted on the official Portal Knights page, and it's that Portal Knights can be enjoyed and played in local wireless mode with 3 other players. That means 4 switches in the same room, no internet connection required, and you can even activate split screen as a part of this playing together. So this is really, really cool. And talk about a great way to play games. This is one of those where you don't have to put all this on one TV and share the screen in little small areas. I mean, you can hold this right to your face. You're private in what you're doing, and it's, you know, it's really cool. The functionality of the Nintendo Switch never ceases to amaze me. I'm 100% pleased with the system, and apparently I'm not the only one. You know, the next bit of news is that the Nintendo Switch picked up a Product of the Year award at the EE Pocket Lint Gadget Awards. This is awesome. Apparently, not only is the Gamestork pleased with this console, but it seems like other people are too. And you can tell this by the amount of sales that are going out, the projections, the money being made by Nintendo, and the fact that people who are naysayers of the Nintendo Switch, who just hate, like that one guy who thumbs down every video that I post within about 3 seconds, and is for some reason still subscribed to me. I don't know, you know, but all those haters, as soon as they partake, and by the way, I know you like my videos, man. You're just give me a thumbs down for no reason at all, but I love you anyway. It's okay. But everyone loves this. Even the haters who hate on the Nintendo Switch and like, oh, this is crap. They play it, they get their hands on it, and it convinces them just like everyone else. And we're about to see this thing morph even further in 2018. Why? Because games like Doom and games like Skyrim have come out and proven that this can hang with the current generation. And not only does it hang, but it also offers you something new. Pick up your PS4 and try to play Doom on an airplane. Try to play your Doom game sitting at the bus stop. Try to play it on your break at work. It's not going to happen. You can only do it on the Nintendo Switch, and that's a great way to play. And it's a way that you can't find on another console. It's not like PlayStation versus Xbox, where it's kind of the same experience with a different logo. This is a new experience as individual. It's unique and it's awesome. So Nintendo Switch totally deserves all the awards that come this way, and yeah, I think that it's definitely the console of the year as well. Now, to close out today, I want to talk a little bit. It seems like we have entered into this game of the year discussion, which it is obviously towards the end of the year, so here we go. I have a list of 5 games. I narrowed it down to 5, and some of you guys may agree and some of you may disagree, but these are my 5 games, and I'm going to do these in order, okay? Number 5 would be Resident Evil 7, and I know what you're thinking. Okay, you're like, Resident Evil, I don't know. Some of you guys are like, yes, okay. This game reinvented the series. Resident Evil had lost me, and I got uninterested in these titles, and I'm not even into horror games. As a matter of fact, I get scared. I'm terrible at being scared, okay, and it makes me just like not want to hit corners and not want to walk around. And for some reason, I can play other games and just like run, like the new Assassin's Creed I'm currently playing, just run in the middle of crowds and kill everybody and just knock them, you know. But in those games, man, it's just like a anxiety thing. But this title is good. It is fantastic. They reinvented the series. They went first person, and the things that they did with it were memorable and something that we'll be talking about for a long time. As a matter of fact, it was so good that if you were to go and change the recipe again, I'm thinking that a lot of people would complain about not having the same experience. So Resident Evil 7 did make my top 5. This is number 5 for me. Number 4, Horizon Zero Dawn. And some of you guys are like, oh, this should be way higher. Horizon Zero Dawn was really good. It was beautiful. And I had this experience where when I started playing this game, I got it like a day before I got Breath of the Wild, right? I finally decided to buy it. So I played like 10 hours of this game straight, just trying to get as far as I could before I got Breath of the Wild, and I put it down. Now, the problem is whenever I picked this back up after over, I don't know, about 150 hours on Breath of the Wild, it was hard to acclimate back to it. I started over, had a great time with the game. It was fantastic. But after playing Breath of the Wild, something happened. I was like, man, I'm just going to climb this mountain and go to the other side and travel and this, and I'll just climb this and look, and I couldn't do any of that. And so it kind of took away, and I realized what was wrong with open world games now, because it seemed like Nintendo had gotten it right, you know. So this game was great. It was awesome. The battles with the beasts are good, and that's why it's sitting right there at number 4. No offense to anyone that has this higher, but I just really don't think it would be higher. And if you could argue to switch places, there's only one game in which is in my number 3 spot that I would allow you to argue with this, and that's Persona 5. Look, I can't say enough about Persona. This game, by the time I had 100 hours into it, I didn't even realize. I felt like I was playing this thing for like 10 minutes. And this game is so good. It's so different. There's nothing else like it out there. It is the epitome of JRPGs, which is quite possibly my favorite style of gaming. And not only is it a JRPG, but it's a good one. It's one of the ones that you'll remember that you played forever. The story is fantastic. The characters are awesome. And even after beating this game, even after spending roughly 150 hours with this game, I want more. I absolutely want more of these characters. And since then, I've been like, okay, I want the anime. I'm really excited about the 3DS version of this game and everything. This game was amazing. And if you didn't get an opportunity to play Persona 5, or perhaps you just skipped it altogether, this is one that I highly recommend to you. It can be very difficult at times and challenging, but that's what's fun about games. Let's move on to number 2. My number 2, obviously, it's tough. But this is Super Mario Odyssey. Okay, Super Mario Odyssey did something wonderful. It captured the platforming of Galaxy while capturing the open world nature of 64 and also the sense of discovery that we saw just earlier in Breath of the Wild. This game was really good, and it was one that even after I beat, I just kept going back. And at this point, I'll say I'm not finished. I'm still currently playing this game, and I have a little bit over 650 moons, and I'm trying to 100% everything in this game, which is good, and I'm having a ton of fun doing it. But this Mario game is one that just, although it didn't completely reinvent the series, it did all the things that all the other ones did wonderfully. And I will tell you this, if you are playing through and you haven't played the in-game stuff, please do, because that's where the challenging platforming starts. For people like me and you who are mature and we like to play and be challenged by Mario and platformers and things, the end game, after the end of the story, when you get to go back, that's when everything fun opens. That's when you get all the good levels, all the, those levels like they had in Sunshine where you just throw your controller. There are some of those. So that's my number 2 because it's awesome. Now, my number 1 might be an obvious choice, but it's The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This game, oh my goodness, the chance that they took reinventing this series, westernizing this series into what is a Western RPG style game. And not only did they do that, but what they did, they reinvented an open world game, an open air game is what they called it. And this game, you can climb everything. You can interact with everything. You can do anything. There are collectibles at the wazoo. They're still adding things to. I can't wait for the next DLC pack. I still want to play this game, and I've put in over 200 hours into this game, and I still want to play it. Honestly, it's just amazing. It's one of those to where I can't say enough good things about it. As a matter of fact, there's so many things that are done right and so few things that are done wrong that you can't argue about it. And the only thing that I would really accept wrong with this game would be the fact that there aren't more dungeons. But the fact is, dungeons can be added in DLC. They're not done with that. So my biggest hope with this game is that they literally take this world, this wonderful environment that they've created, and they pull a Majora's Mask. Make another game, new story. You can make it a big DLC pack that adds 10 hours or whatever, and give us a new story there. Allow us to play with the champions. Maybe after everything's over, at the end of the game, when we see what we see, I'm not going to spoil it for those of you who haven't played. Continue on from there and have something else happen. Like this game, obviously the best of the year, bar none. That nothing is compared. No offense to Horizon or any of the other ones, but they just do not compare to the impact that Breath of the Wild has had on the average gamer, or Nintendo fans, or anybody really. This is a game that was talked about at water fountains every day excitedly at work and at jobs and schools and everywhere, where people are like, what did you do, and everybody had different experiences, and it's the first thing that we've ever had like that, and it's really exciting, which is why I have this at number 1. Anyway guys, that's gonna do it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Be sure to like and subscribe below. Hit that like button. Let me know that you enjoy my content. Also, subscribe to this channel because getting moving here, I'm actually currently setting up a new office and workspace, and I am about a week away from having my new Alienware laptop. Super excited about that. And man, better equipment, things like that. It's getting upgraded, we'll put it that way. And this is going to be, the format will soon change again once I get everything set up to where I'm actually going to be up, and you'll see me in person. You'll see the Gamestork in person, yes, every episode. And I'll have some, better equipment to push these things out every day, and not some old crappy computer that's like, I don't want to make a video. And I'm like, make a video. And it's like, I don't want to make a video. And I'm like, make it! Process the video now! And it's like, I don't want it. So, yeah, that's my life right now. So, know that each one of these videos I spend way too much time on because of my crappy PC. I do it out of love for you guys, and so that I can share all this Nintendo goodness with you. So, be sure to subscribe below. Help me to grow this channel and build a wonderfully positive community of gamers who love Nintendo and just love video games in general, and have a really good place to come and talk and hang out and, just get all the news and reviews and playthroughs delivered to them like a newborn baby. Oh yeah. Anyway, we'll see you next time, guys.
Gamestork, delivering news, reviews, and playthroughs like a newborn baby.